Greetings and salutations, and I am gonna attempt in the last 4 days of March, 3 days of March, because on the first it rolls over, and then everybody's rank gets reset to bronze. I am going to take my rather questionable RNG, and I'm going to attempt to get out of silver, but I was attempting to make a run for legend. Yes, playing Death Knight. I know people are probably sitting there in the comment section right now, being like, "Aren't you? Don't you know that Druid's the best?" Yeah, Druid's the best if I want to be bored. But if you can outlast and drag it out, you can really make a case that Death Knight's really good. And I think if you, in all honesty, if they wanted to make the game a little bit more balanced, what they should do is they should just buff the Herald cards for Death Knight by 1 mana apiece, and then adjust them ever so slightly. Like buff this one to 3 mana and adjust it, and then buff the 6 mana one to 4 mana, but then lower the damage. Because if you made that 4 mana, it's a 4 mana, say do 2 to the board, do 3 to the board or whatever. It gives you just enough of a presence of a board clear to put pressure on Druid. They wouldn't even have to touch Druid. They could even make it just a 4 mana do 4 across the board, Herald and Exia, and then it would still put pressure on the board versus Druid. But they won't do it. Instead, they're going to nerf Druid cards, which... Why? Just buff Death Knight. Just what you do is, instead of nerfing the strong class, you buff the weaker classes to be on par. That way, you're not sitting there, wondering, where did I go wrong, Thinking, yes, I went wrong by, like, nerfing Druid, and now you've killed an entire archetype. Why? I mean, and they're even saying that Shaman is too strong, and I'm sitting there going, in what world is Shaman too strong? That's gonna get disgusting. I need to get rid of that quick. Because if I have unspent mana, I draw a card, I'm gonna draw out. I've noticed that a lot of these people are running Searing Fissure with Acolyte of Pain recently. Perfect. Do I want to play that? The answer is no. Ooh. City Chief Esho. I'm actually surprised I got the Brightwing off of the Herald, and then I got Esho off of the Brightwing. That's kind of cool. I mean, okay. The thing he's forgetting is, this is Anexia Death Knight. You have to be able to kill me. Otherwise, I'm going to win. So he's going to have to, like, rely completely on, like, Murozond. I don't really want to run that yet, do I? If I run this, it just leeches. Potentially kills those two. Yeah. There, he doesn't get an extra card. He could kill one of the leeches, but I'm not worried about that. Wind Fury Rush. And then I'll just kill him. There goes those. Really? You're gonna trade that way? That's a little ham-handed. Well, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go here. And Sure. I'll take an Envoy at the end. I've already heralded Anexia, what? 3 times? You can't use anything on here to dictate how many times you've heralded, though. There's always, like, little things on certain boards. Like, with the Showdown in the Badlands board, you could actually hammer down the nails one at a time to tell you how many times you've heralded. Or how many times your opponent has heralded. Little kitschy things like that work. I could technically do this. I'm at 9 cards. I'll run it. Sure. I also don't like how it doesn't tell you how many times you've heralded. Like, it should tell you here in the little thing. It should pop up a thing saying, oh, you've heralded 3 times, 4 times, what have you. Yeah. Alright. That'll give me a random 8 cost, but I don't want to run that just yet, because I have no way to get a lot of health back, and I don't want to spend all my health. He's not quite done with the quest yet. Got a couple more turns before that happens. Whatever, I don't care. You know what, though? I'd be willing to jam that out there. And then we do this. There we go. Now I just need Anexia. Once I get Anexia, it's pretty much over at that point. Anexia and Memoriam Manifest. Probably should play Esho, but we'll see. Wow. And he's gonna get the 1 and 6? Sure he is. Why wouldn't he get the 1 and 6? Well, there's armor. Now he's on a clock. I'm thinking about dropping the consumption because it hasn't been giving me a lot of cards lately. Well, I have a 7/7 with Divine Shield. Gonna try the 50/50, which is good. I mean, it's effectively a 50/50. If I top deck Anexia this next turn, the guy's going to be absolutely losing his mind. Or if I get Husk. I have 2 outs. I have Husk, Eternal Reaper, and Anexia. Beautiful. I love it. That saved me a lot. Did not get the Husk. So we'll do that, and then this. There's Anexia. He could, if he gets the 1 and 3, he wins. Never mind, he wins. It happens. I got my hand a little bit too late. If I had had Anexia, or if I was able to get it with the Dark Gift, or something, But no, it came too late. And Nexia one turn earlier would have won me the game.
The Lich King versus.
I'm really tempted to take out those consumptions though. The number of times I actually play them and the number of times they actually help me are slim. I should probably replace them with Hematurge or the 5/4 Rush that costs corpses. Probably. I think that would pretty much smooth out the deck and make it nearly unstoppable. Is anything that's a semi-slow deck, this just runs over it. And if it's a faster deck, like No Hand Hunter, I just I cast the leeches on the actual minions, and then every time they play a board, unless his minions have rush, it just eats the minions at the end of my turn. So it maintains board control. No Hand Hunter. He's gonna play Confront the Tol'vir in like a turn. So now he has to spend either an Arcane Shot or another Hyena, another Wound Prey on my little leech there. Leeches give you just enough sustain to keep you up, but like I said, those consumption cards, they don't see a lot of good use. I mean, I play the Blood Tap ones, not Blood Tap. What is it called? It's the blood one that you pay 3 life and get a spell. I play those quite often. You know what? Goodbye. Because I'm not worried about it. Now, anything he plays next turn that's got some semblance of defense, I could either run a ghoul into it, or just death strike it, or I could just not worry about anything, maybe play a ghoul. That's an explosive trap though. So I'll just pass the turn. I'll wait for him to answer the leeches. I'm not going to swing into it and lose my 2 leeches. No. I mean, you're looking at, it could be Frozen Trap, Explosive Trap, which is most likely Explosive Trap, and Pressure Plate, which I don't think anybody really plays Pressure Plate.
Death itself draws near. Can't stand the cold.
There's no frost spells anyway. So now he only has 1 minion. I'm still not going to swing, because I'm just going to leave my leeches out there to do the work. I could just keep his board clear. I have 2 experimental animations. So, we're good. This is the card that needs to be buffed. Just buff it by like 1 mana, and we're good. Imbue Hunter. Interesting. Bold move. Very bold. The longer he waits... Really? You're just gonna... Okay. I mean, you do you. I'll just keep stealing health off of him. Like I said, and once my leeches die, I'll swing then, because then I have nothing to lose. But why get rid of the free damage on board? Surprised he's playing Imbue Hunter though. I thought about trying it with the Porcupine. The Porcupine's a 2/4 mech beast, death rattle, does damage equal to its attack to all minions, or to like all enemies randomly. So if you consistently boost the damage and then kill off the minion that way. Perfect. There you go. We'll play the other one. And now we'll swing.
Their bones.
Boom. Sure, I'll take that. I have 2 of these to get my life steal back, so if he tries to drop something, which is probably going to be Magmaw. Oh, cool, Residir. Goodbye, Anixia's person. Doesn't matter. This is going to be hilarious. I'm going to use Asphyxiate, kill that. Use Death Strike, kill that. Beautiful poison. There you go. There you go. Thanks for the health, by the way. Now I'll play Xavius. Perhaps get my other envoy at the end or something. Maybe. Oh. That's potentially bad. I wouldn't mind getting the Poison Breath off the top. No Poison Breath, huh? Another Wild Pyro. Hey, Consumption might actually come in here. Beautiful. Consumption actually came in key there, right there. Pretty clutch. I like it. Generally, Consumption doesn't work. Personally, that should be a lifesteal spell. Instead of Death Strike, that should be lifesteal. Death Strike should say that it draws you a card. He's just going to swing into the 0-2. I don't know, kill the rest of my board. Which means I need the Venomous Breath next turn. He wanted to imbue that, so that it does tons of damage. Told you. The 4-1's gonna go face. After it attacks a minion and survives. Okay. I'll take a card, thanks. And that'll die. Next turn I have to play Nightmare Lord Xavius to fetch a card. Hopefully I can get Anexia. Because I've got the double Memoriam now, so... fetching Anexia is pretty much a win con at that point. Even if I don't get the other Herald. As if I just draw Ultraxion on draw for turn, Herald's at the 4th time. Even if I don't, I could play... the first time I could play 4 mana minions. The second time I could just play a whole bunch of other stuff. You'll see.
Celebrate what is to come.
Dry spot in my throat.
Me have that for you.
What's a 5/12 beast? What's a 5/12 beast? That's a card I could use right there.
Death itself draws near.
You know what? Sure. Yeah, we'll do it. Ooh, Shadows of Gauche. That'll allow me to survive a turn. What's a 5/12 beast? I don't think what beast is 5/12. Fucking hell. I can't think of it. Oh, good. Krog Crater King. I need Venomous Breath. Like, immediately. Not Venomous Breath, sadly. I will do this. A 1 rush. Nope. Venomous? Get a Venomous with rush? That'd be great. I got a Venomous. Or not a Venomous, I got a... Problem is I didn't get a what's this called? Didn't get a taunt. I hit that with Venomous, he gets his minion. He can swing for 7 to face. He's probably going to want to kill the 3-2 with Wind Fury and Lifesteal. He no longer has Krog Crater King.
Kneel before the strength of the wild.
That's bad. Wow, of course he rolls that one. Really? You'd be smart to kill the Venomous. Don't say I didn't warn you. I tried to warn him. He should have just swung into the Venomous and killed it. Because then he would have had a rush minion. Yeah, he would have lost the rush minion, but there was no way... There's no way he would have been able to come back from that. Truthfully. That's not a bad thing to get off of Inoa guy either. That's a really good card. I'm still contemplating dropping those, Wait, you're joking, right?
All come to me in time.
Hellos. Egg Hunter, huh? He's gonna trade those into the 2 leeches, which is foolish. You do you, buddy. That's about the most foolish maneuver ever. Because if he had left him up there, they would have kept leeching the egg. There's the augmented porcupine. See, that's the card I wanted to do Imbue Hunter with. Doesn't work though. Like the whole system's not behind it. Really.
You are best forgotten.
Why is this coming down to the wire about me not drawing any of my actual win cons? I mean, it's bad enough I have effectively 56 life. So he has to come up with a way to do 56 damage. And from what I can see right now, he just doesn't have it. We each have 3 cards left. He seems like he's running out of gas. I don't know why he even has Egg of Kelos in here. That card would go really hard with Neri of the Crater. Because then all those Lynxes would be 2-2 rushes. Maybe Dynamancy. Maybe that's his plan. Perhaps. Yeah, I figured he's gonna trick. Don't. What are you? He's gotta be insane. Dude, Halazi's... Halazi's a 4-2 rush. Yeah, see, that would have been the proper trade. That does you no good. Yeah, now it does you really no good. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I have to topple the egg again, so... Make that 68 life. Yes, the games take forever with Blood DK, but if you get some of your cards at the end, it's like, if you get Husk, Husk is so good in Blood DK because you're just accruing corpses with no real way to spend them, considering they removed Corpse Explosion.
State your business with the brawl.
So they have no real way to like respond to you just collecting corpses, which sounds way worse than it actually is. Wow. After your hero attacks, set this. Nope. Never. Definitely wanted that gone. And the other thing about the Deathwing Cataclysm that you unleash, you might as well. I mean, like shuffling in the 5 dragons. That really doesn't matter in the long run, because you can just not worry about it at all. Wow! I didn't know that the Death Rattle could jump back to the egg itself. That's news to me.
You were destined to fail.
He's going to trade there and get a 2020. He's also got Umbra in hand. But if I get Mograine, it's over. Or he's looking for Umbra. Because if he gets Umbra, he knows he's just going to get 5 eggs. He trades the egg and he gets Kelos. I could just Pyromancer Poison Breath. Or just laugh at it as I play Anexia and play 8 drops. And then Memoriam Manifest and play more 8 drops. That's always a potential. Wow. Talk about a random Death Rattle to get. Oh, there she is. Perfect.
Let me nurture your spirit.
$59 life with an additional 20 on Husk. That's the thing is Husk is a really good card. Hey, more money. Almost have a pack of cards. Husk is a really good card for a 4 mana card. I think I need to drop Consumption out of here. As much as I like it as a card, it doesn't come into play and really help much. But Hematurge, you know what? I'm not gonna do Hematurge. I've got enough card generation in this deck as is. I'm going to go with this one. 5 mana 4/3 Rush Lifesteal. It'll help smooth out the whole transition into late game. And I'm gonna do a couple more. Do I really want to keep doing DK though? Yeah. Not many people are playing Herald DK. They've all pretty much transitioned over to playing Unholy DK because you could just run a dumpster aggro and run people over. So, with everybody playing that, I figure, I'm going to play... Yeah, see, you don't want her in your opening hand because you're never going to get there. Yeah, all three of those got to go. I need low curve. Like that. I'm surprised my RNG's cooperating. But truthfully, like, usually my RNG just not cooperate. And this is no doubt Burn Mage. Interesting. You know, I've thought about turning off the music in the background and playing just classical music. Because I just really like classical music too, so. More corpses I get, the better. The other reason I like playing DK is outside of the unholy aggro DK that they have, DK is a sub 50% win rate. And being able to play DK and show that you can play Blood DK, you just kind of have to really take it slow. There's obviously aggressive decks like Druid that if you can get out ahead of them with your leeches, you can stay ahead of them with your leeches and then make a mockery of them with your Inexia. But it's a long time coming. It does take a while. Yep. It's Burn Mage, but he's also playing the Discover package. Depending on what he discovers, it could be good or bad for me. Drop 2 Infested Breaths on him next turn. That's 4 damage, plus another 2 from the leeches, puts him to 22. And then I Sanguine, which puts me to... I mean, I'm going to gain 2 life off of it. And then I'm going to gain 2 more life off of the 5, and I'm going to gain 2 cards. It's just an interesting... Like, the whole deck concept as a whole is just... The way it's done is interesting. Because most mages, like, most classes right now are set up to... They're seeing people like... This is this deck. It's Unholy Aggro. They know what it is. And then people like this are like, wait, he's not playing Unholy. He's playing One Blood. What's going on here? And they're puzzled. And that's the part of, and that's the bewilderment that they have to it, is they don't know, they don't really know how to handle it. I see now, instead of him generating spells, I'm going to blast that with 2. And then we'll do this. And I'll grab a Shadows of Yesterday. Because now I can play Sanguine into Shadows into Ultraxian and kind of just keep rolling it forward. He's going to kill those off, though. He doesn't have the Shatter card yet, but he's going to kill those off. He can't leave him alive in good conscience. He's probably got Eternal Firebolt, and that'll kill 1. That's about it, though. He'd have to wait. Be an interesting play. He's got Cursed Chains. Eh? That's a random spell you got from Sands of Time? Are you joking right now? Thank you. I'll take my creature back. Now I can play the Hideous Husk next turn if he doesn't kill them off. And then start taking some real life. He's going to try to complete the Discover, though, because he wants to just... I think he's trying to do, like, discover a whole bunch, then he can get his weapon, and then just kind of go from there. Wow. I love how they keep getting that off Spark of Life, too. Board clear for 3 mana. 4 mana. Who would have guessed it? Well, let's see here. Sure.
Cooking up something special. I ain't talking. Once upon a time.
Beautiful. Obviously, he's going to kill the 4-1 with Lifesteal. He's going to leave the other one up, though. I don't have all that many Heralds in my hand. I throw down the Husk. Wow, he's going to kill all of them by blowing them up with Sheep Mask. That is a very strong card. Fine by me. Deep's Mask, I would run in almost any single mage. Just because of how powerful it is. Like, it changes the stats to a 1/1 and applies a Death Rattle. You can't really miss on that. That's huge. Okay. Discover a Frost Rune card. And I love how people are like, Blood Death Knight's too slow. You can't win with it. And they'll probably say that in High Legend too, but I think you can. Ooh. So we're looking at... Ooh, that's a nasty... Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, I could have gone the other way and killed it with Experimental Animation or Ultraxian. But this is the thing. Pardon me on the clearing of my throat. This is why you have to have a board-centric deck. I mean, there's enough spells in here for, like, removal and stuff like that, but you've got to have it. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Like, he's just dead next turn. Unless he plays some sort of massive swing with the Origin Stone. So, like, Alter Time, not going to help him. So I'm just going to blow everything up with Experimental Animation, then he's dead. Well played. Like this, it's a solid deck. Like, I call it Bulwark because it's pretty much what you are. You're becoming a giant meat shield. And so, like, they have to have the ability to answer your board while doing damage to your face and preventing you from getting to late game. Because if you get to turns, 7, 8, 9, they're looking at potentially you playing Anexia, getting up to 16 health per turn. And then the very next turn, Memoriam Manifest, so that you're getting another 16 health for 4 mana and refilling your board. And then you can have 2 more Memoriam Manifests because of your Blood Tap card, right? So you can play that for 3 mana. If you have Anexia out, that gives you another 3 health. Or you can play that for 3 health, and if you have Anexia out, it grants you the 3 health, and then you get another Memoriam Manifest, potentially.
I'm cold as ice.
I like having the technician. I'm not going to keep the other two, though. That's bad to have in your opening hand. That's... ranks up there with potentially horrible. The reason I like Blood Draw is because, like, this right here is quite literally just generate a card. Played against one of these earlier. Generally goes out to, like, fatigue, almost.
I can't do that.
Oops. Didn't mean to click my portrait. Also, Mograine is... it puts him on a clock. When you play... if you play Mograine on 7, it basically says, I will win the game unless you start doing damage. Because they have to answer the Mograine. Yeah, I like that. Because then I could discover an Anexia or something. I'll just play the Technician next turn. And then I'll play the Envoy. Oh, he's getting card out of my deck, a card out of his. Yep. The card he got out of my deck is Intertwined Fate. Or where the Intertwined Fate was Blood Draw. And then he chose Schism. Not the choice I'd have made, but okay. To each their own.
Something special.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
I remember that card so much. Go ahead, kill my board. I'll just play the Reanimated and get life back. Wow. That's a good card to get for a 3-mana taunt. Really good one. Of course, I don't have any leeches right now, so... Dire Straits.
We do what the living cannot.
Sure. Perfectly fine by me. Ooh. Do I want to do that and pull a minion from their hand? Yes.
Welcome to the Hallowed Tower.
That's a really cool signature, Dirty Rat, by the way. And of course, because it came off of signature Envoy, that's awesome. I really like that. Keep playing your cards, dude. You still have to play 4 shadow cards. And next turn, I'm just going to play leeches and start going face. Or I'll go here and then play leeches so that I can get face damage and have the leeches kill off a minion. Either way. Or he's just going to trade. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Next turn I play Alexandros, and then it's just not looking good for him. Well played on that one. I mean, I like that card, don't get me wrong. It's a good shadow card. This type of deck does not work, my friend. Now at the end of every turn, he takes 3 damage, which is more than he can heal for with his healing power, so he has to do something. And he's going to play Schism. The completed Schism. Healing's not going to save you. That's game. Turn 8. I'm not saying this deck just wins. There is counters to this deck. Egg decks are quite a heavy counter. I'm going to play one more. And then I'll call it for this video. And then the next video is going to be me continuing the climb. But this deck is just... It's a good deck. And I can show you the deck after I'm done. And yes, I did make alterations from the beginning. But I've not played many Paladins. So this is end of turn Paladin. I might be in trouble. That's a good sign. I'm not going to throw him back. Those three I will, though. And I think this one's chalked. Yep.
By petal and sword.
I pretty much have to come up with the perfect counter within the next 3 or 4 turns, because he'll get to 7 imbue and he'll just sit there at 7 imbue and keep imbuing. Or keep shuffling. There's 2. Because then he just gets the end of turn card out and it says everybody gets Divine Shield. Then he just laughs at you. And he wins. It's kind of like Gelbin of Tomorrow meets imbue. It's definitely an interesting deck. I'll give him that. Oh, well, we'll do that. And then we'll do this. Sure. I'll go face damage now. Because then I can play this next turn, and then play Husk on 5. And then play Hideous.
By petal and sword.
I mean, if I can get to late game, I can outpace his life with Mograine and then into the others. So there's potential there.
The sun
Sure, whatever.
and I listen.
He's going to trade into the O2 because he doesn't like it up there. I play Eternal Reaper next turn into Hideous after I just swing face. Well, this will probably kill his 2-3 or his 2-2. And then I'll do that. Because I know he's going to kill the O2. Oh, cool. Makes it even easier for me. Spectacular. Ooh. Do I want to play that instead? Nah.
All come to me in time.
Gotta get the Death Rattle up there for Husk Eternal Reaper. Thank you. Just swing the 2-3 into the 2-1. I know you wanna.
Once upon a time.
Or are you just gonna wait? Waiting would also be good for me. Not so much for him. It'd be great for me though. You could just sit there and putter around there, Night Swish. Yep, he's up to 5 costs already. In 2 turns, he's going to play Gelbin. He hasn't played any auras yet, so... That just straight up dies. That can kind of die there. That one will die there. If I do this, yeah, we might as well. This is what I was afraid of.
Learn from your errors as I have.
Who...
I'll save the future. I'll ruin the past.
Follow the flutter wings.
Oh, that's the 7 mana right there. Now he's just going to get endless Yasandras. Please just pass turn. That would be absolutely hilarious. Nope. He wants a Yasandra. And here it comes. Oh, a Maloriak. Oh, and he gets 2 of them. Of course he does.
Separates dream from madness.
There's the endless Knew that was coming. Wow, I have not heralded enough. Oh, here it goes. Oh, he just flopped it over. That's not good. That is not a good thing, sir. That is a bad move. Why would you heal below? Of course he gets an 8 cost. Here it comes. Oh, of course he gets 2. Of course he gets 3. And he's got 19 cards in his deck, and they're not all of them are portals. And yet here I am struggling to get stuff in my deck. Yeah, can I get something, anything? Yeah, that's great. This is all poo. And he gets the warrior one. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. You're gonna trade? Oh, this guy's gotta be daft. Why would you trade? What are you thinking? Oh, there we go. There's the 7 mana spell. It's gonna breathe fire on me 3 times. Be great if I had, what's it called? Oh, could you imagine if I had gotten the 1 card? Could you imagine if I got, I have Pyro. Could you imagine if I get Venomous Breath off the top? Really? You're gonna just trade more? There we go. There we go. There we go. Really? You're gonna give me 4 life. Interesting. Now you're gonna end your turn, and it's gonna do damage, and you hope it's gonna kill me, but it's not going to. More portals. Oh, you didn't draw a portal. That's a shame. So we do this.
Something special.
So again, I need Venomous Breath. If I get Venomous Breath, I can delay the inevitable. I mean, he's got enough to proc the Death Rattle. I don't think he has enough to kill me because I'm at 38. He's got 8, 16, 17... Yeah, he's got enough. He's got to have enough. Yep. Told you I wasn't going to win this one. Not getting the Heralds early on also cost it, but I didn't have a chance. Even if I had played Anexia, she wouldn't have given me enough life. And, you know, him getting the 4 portals back to back to back to back was just kind of stupid, considering, you know, not even half his deck was portals, but, you know, I kind of wished I had that kind of luck with portals. I never do, but whatever. But that's the deck. I did switch out the 4 mana card, which wouldn't have helped me, come to think of it, because I was thinking back on it. It's like, well, if I had just kept consumption, would it have helped? No. I've thought kind of throwing in Staff of the Endbringer potentially for another board clear, but then it's like I'd have to swing 6 times. That's kind of awful. There's that one minion that says, if it's got Reborn. Where is it? That one right there, the Wicked Blightspawn. You put on your weapon, your Staff of the Endbringer, you play him. You could potentially have a Staff of the Endbringer that works really well. But, like, this is the deck, and as you saw, I could have potentially beat that Paladin, but he high-rolled. I didn't. Shock. And that's, I mean, it does well. This deck really does well for what it is. I mean, it's kind of got a terrible mana curve because you have nothing for 0 and 1. And then everything just starts kicking in on 2 and 4. This is another reason I think they need to nerf. They need to buff this to 3 mana and then nerf its stats to make it like a 2-4 or a 2-3. A 3 mana 2-3 would be great. And then take this card and buff it to 4. And you could just leave it as a 4 mana 4-4. Or 4 mana deal 4 to all enemy minions. And Herald Onyxia, because you gotta think. You knock this down to 4, you're potentially pushing Druid into a spot, which is fine. Druids need a counter. They need a worthwhile counter constantly, and that would do that. This would definitely fill that slot. And it's not really a board clear if you think about it. Late game, even if I had gotten another experimental animation, I could have potentially cleared the board and he would have just flopped a whole bunch of them. I'm surprised he didn't get the warrior card, though. The 8-mana warrior dragon. Surprised that didn't pop up immediately. But no, it is what it is. That's how the game goes, I guess. But it's not a bad deck. If you want to try something where you saw it here. I played, 5 games? I won 3 of them. I lost to Paladin, and I lost to... I forgot what else I lost to, but I didn't really have a whole lot. It was the card draw. The RNG is what got me. Other than that, this deck really can push it to late game. You can get it there, and you can potentially win with Onyxia. Now, earlier today, I had a game where I was going against a priest, and he kept clearing my board. It was a control priest. I got to Onyxia, I summoned my minions, he cleared. I Memoriam Manifest, summoned minions, he cleared. I Memoriam Manifest again, summoned my minions, played Blood Draw, got another Memoriam Manifest, so I had 3. He cleared again, I played a 4th set. I had 108 life. So you can potentially get there. It's just he was dead set on trying to win that game, and it's like, dude, you're not going to win it by taking it into the late game. Late game territory belongs solely to Blood Death Knight, and that's it. Everybody else dies off right out of 8 or 9 mana. 8 or 9 mana, and then they have Deathwing as the last shot out of the Roman candle. Other than that, this one's just go ahead, do it. I'll just go to 108 life, and then I'll meet you in fatigue, and we'll just go from there. At which point, if Onyxia is still alive, how does that read? When your hero would lose health on your turn, gain that much max health instead. So, fatigue, Arisen Onyxia. If they can't answer it, you're gaining life every turn in fatigue instead of losing. But anyway, that's my 3 Blood Death Knight. I like it. I do. It's a definitely a refreshing pace. And I think switching up for the 5-mana Reanimated Pterodax was a smart move. Because it doesn't use mana, it uses corpses. And sometimes you kind of need that health steal mid-range to make up for the heralding. So that's what we got going on. Nevertheless, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, because I know I did. I'm still going to try to push forward and try to get the legend, or at least try to get the gold, and we'll see what happens afterward. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.